Uh, Hello, everyone. Welcome to an episode of the Aftermath Live. Tottenham Hotspur won, Norwich City, and can't believe it. Norwich winning 3-2 on penalties. It's it is absolutely shocking. Shocking in terms of the oh yeah, shocking throughout. Actually, it's shocking in every single way possible. We kind of well, we took the lead out to what, 15 minutes? Vertonghen. It was a great header from Vertonghen and a great cross one. Lo Celso, he was playing very well through that early period. He had a shot, I think, or an attempted goal, and also that lovely cross. He was playing very well, uh, and then from then on, from scoring that goal, we then proceeded to go backwards and then backwards and then backwards a bit more, and then to the point where we were just kind of like all out defending against a side who were having issues in games, and you have to say having issues in games because they're bottom of the league. Well, not bottom of the league now, but 6 points. Well, I think they're still bottom of the league. 6 points adrift. Obviously, they can't win games, which is why they're where they are. And they've been doing well in the FA Cup. I know, taking on, beating Preston, scoring four against Preston, beating Burnley on their patch. But seriously, are we worse than Burnley right now? Is it come to that? I really don't understand what I witnessed. I wasn't able to go to the game because obviously work finished kind of late now, and I wasn't able to catch my train and whatnot. And eventually, well, if I got there, would have got there late. But I think I was lucky, really, that I didn't have to go all the way out to see that. But that's just. It's, you had to say that Norwich, we played very well. As I said in the group, we played very well. We had all of the first 30 minutes, and we scored in that period. And maybe we should have had another goal. But then Norwich came into that in the last 15 minutes. They actually got their first attempt on goal in the 30th minute, I think. Vorm parrying that away, and then literally 5 seconds later, almost doing a Mark Crossley and flipping almost almost just palming the ball into his own net. But then Norwich kept on the pressure, and in the second half, that was poor. That second half was appalling, and I literally have no words for it. I mean, I don't know what. Where are we trying to? Why are we trying to defend all out? Trying to defend a 1-0 lead all out for 45 minutes. Why? Well, the players that we had on the pitch, why don't we try and at least go for the second? But no, we had to wait until Norwich equalised, and even that was another stupid mistake. I mean, I've been kind of like Vorm's. Well, they've never been too harsh a critic of Vorm. I never have. Even in that FA Cup semi-final, where a lot of people around me at the time were saying Lloris would have saved that shot from I can't remember who it was it Martial? Lloris would have saved that. I was like, uh, I was still even trying to big him up. Then I can't defend. I know that it's his first game of the season. I know that, but at the same time, he cannot be making really dumb mistakes like that, parrying the ball straight to Dermich. What's that all about? Uh, that was that second half was poor. And then when they equalise, then we start playing. Uh, then we start playing, and then by that time it's too late because the momentum's already gone. So, and extra time starts, and then Port Parrot comes on to cheers everyone, and you can see he's got the talent. You can see he can hold the ball, but you can tell that he's not quite ready yet, and that's why I'm been clamoring for Parrot all this time, as such. But he did very well. He kept the ball. He held the challenges. He kept the ball moving forward, and and we had a good number of chances there to score. A good number of chances. I mean, a couple of chances fell to Jetson Fernandez, didn't it? And and then the Jetson taking at least one of the three good chances he had. And that's us through. And then when he blasted over when he just side footed into the bloody net. That would have been game over. We would have won that game largely, I guess, in 120 minutes. For the most part, I guess, run the play because Norwich were good. And then that extra time period, and then the last 10 minutes of the second half, yeah, it was all us. It was all us, but didn't deserve anything from it. And then there comes the penalties, and we were pouring the penalties as well. Uh, can't blame Parrott for that first penalty miss. I mean, it was just unfortunate. It was a good attempt, but then Jedson Fernandez, I guess that just kind of sums up his kind of shooting throughout the game. But at the same time, I think that's at the same time he's still trying to find his way. And I mean, yeah, I'm still trying to make excuses again. It just wasn't good enough. It just really was not good enough at all. And here we are, out of the FA Cup. The one trophy that you say that Mourinho delivered that one, and then we'd finished and fall down the table. That you could say, well, this is something to build on. We can't even build on that now. It's all over, man. And then now next week, I'm flying out to. I'm sure I'll see a few of you there as well. Flying out to Germany for the Champions League. And as I said in the group, I can literally see us going out there and trying to defend for 90 minutes and to take back a 1-0 defeat with us back to London. I can see that. And or just wait for Leipzig to score one, and then we'll try and start playing. It's just the season started off really poorly and just got there was some good results. I wouldn't say good performances, good results, and then I was just falling away. 3 defeats on the spin. I know this will be classed as a fourth defeat, but I don't really. I mean, as Jose did with Chelsea, I don't count penalty defeats as a defeat. So I'll just say we drew this one, but it's still 4 games without a win. And then we're going into the match against Burnley, looking for a victory against the Burnley side, who are no pushovers. They're no mugs. They're not. They're not at all. They are a very good outfit who will make it very difficult for us to get through them. Remember how we played against Watford at Vicarage Road? It'll be like that. And apparently, Man U going through because of us bottlers. Well, that's another thing. I mean, you kind of can hardly say that we bottled. Not if we were scared going out, going on. We weren't even scared in that game today, were we? We were not scared. It was just the lack of quality. That's literally all it was. So it wasn't a bottle. We weren't bottling this game. We were just not good enough. And there's a stark difference. Norwich knew they didn't have to do much. They just had to just had to play in front of us. They ain't going to do anything. We've got no Son, haven't we? We've got no Kane. So we're not going to have anyone who's actually looking at that goal and thinking, okay, I could just bend it right there, or I could just hit the target. You've got no one. You got no one who could actually do that. And that's the thing. And that's what's and teams have worked out how to play us as well. I mean, they know that we're just going to come out and flip and defend for the first 75 minutes of the match, and then we'll try and play in the last 15. See, I'm willing to give Mourinho. I obviously have to give Mourinho a chance. I mean, he's then just come in, hasn't he? I know there are a few people in the group who obviously are against him, and that's fair enough. That's fair enough. And that's that's just how it is. We just have to wait and see what he does in the summertime. Obviously, it all depends, the caliber of player that we bring in, because obviously Mourinho will not be coming in unless he knows he's going to get the backing. That's surely that's a fact. So I I'm hoping that this is all part, that when the rebuild happens, he does get he does get what he needs really, uh, and I just don't know where we go. We haven't hit rock bottom yet. That's a plus, isn't it? We haven't hit rock bottom. I can't even speak rock bottom yet. So, but and I agree with you there, King Wiz. It literally is. I mean, I wasn't even that fussed when the stadium, when this whole stadium thing about this need to play in a new stadium. And I mean, obviously, I hated Wembley and whatnot, but I didn't think the stadium was going to make that much of a difference. But now it's there. It seems to be like everyone seems to be like a free ride for everyone. You want 3 points, you can come to our new stadium, and there we go, 3 points. You want to progress in the next round of the cup? Beautiful. Don't worry, we just lay out the red carpet for you. Lush green grass. Beautiful high stands. It'll look perfect for when you win at our ground, and everyone's doing it. I mean, flipping heck, it's been a long, long time since I've seen us get humbled by every team coming to our own ground, and it's not even so much of a and I know we talk about that last season at White Hart Lane, which was such a fortress, and apparently Wembley messing up. Wembley didn't mess it up. We lost a lot of players during that summertime, and we didn't replace them. That is a theme. That's a theme right there. Losing players, and we don't replace them. And this is now this is the result of it. A huge rebuild. It's okay bringing in one player for 50 million, another player here 60 million, just dotted about, but when the collective is not there, when the collective is getting old, when the collective looks as disinterested, I'm not going to pick out Dele Alli. I mean, but when the collective looks disinterested, then the new players coming in, they're just doomed to fail from the start, and that's kind of how it looks at the moment, and that's kind of how it felt. And I mean, I just can't believe that we are trying to defend for 90 minutes against Norwich. And now his result out of the FA Cup. I could take it if we actually played well. I could take it if we actually, were unlucky. There's no excuse for only reserving our best efforts for extra time. I mean, because Norwich had a couple of good opportunities there. Whether they scored, I mean, Southampton very nearly almost did the exact same thing that Norwich almost did tonight. They went 2-1 up, and it's just because we equalised fairly quickly that we went on to win. If Southampton had held on the same way that Norwich done when they equalised, we wouldn't even be in this game. Oh, apparently it was that. Well, I'm not quite sure that's true, so I can't really read that bit out. But apparently there was an every incident with Eric Dyer jumping into the crowd. Okay, well, I'm gonna just have a look at that then, because yeah, Eric Dyer, looking out for Jedson. Apparently, a Spurs fan, I will assume it's a Spurs fan, saying some unsavory stuff to Jedson. We shall see. But it's crazy. It really is crazy. I just I just want the season to end now. I just want the season to end, and then we go into the summer. I don't care if we're in Europe or if we're in the whatever caliber. We just, at this point in time now, we should be doing the kind of rebuild that we should have done when we finished second. You know, we should be doing, and if we didn't win, if we started when we finished second, that's that season, it will just be little tweaks here and there. Now it's a major overhaul, and that's just kind of how it is at the moment. Yeah, Krul's off his line. There is kind of like there's kind of like a kind of a leeway given to goalkeepers now, but Krul was massively off his line for all the penalties, and you kind of wonder what the referees or the linesmen are doing, because they just literally have to stand on the line. They only have one job. But that's just kind of how it is at the moment. But where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? No, there's no VAR and penalty shootouts. It's literally the linesman that's on the line should call it. But obviously the linesman is there watching the penalties along with us. So we shall see. No, I don't think anyone's going to say sack Jose right now. I mean, that would be ludicrous. I mean, we're a long way from being like Arsenal or Chelsea. I mean, the manager will be given time. He's only just arrived. But there are people who didn't want Jose there to in the club in the first place. But I mean, as you've seen from the previous video where when Pochettino was sacked, I was mixed about it. And obviously, if a manager like Mourinho comes up, I guess a lot of clubs will be slapping a hand off for him. So I guess he will be. I mean, he has to be given the time. He has to be given the investment to match that time. But I know that Daniel Levy was at the stadium there, so obviously he can't be too happy about what's going on. I mean, he's a Spurs fan himself. He says he is. So he can't be too happy with what he's saying. He can't really think that we're going in the right direction at the moment. I mean, the consistency is just, it's just that's the thing. There is no consistency. It's all fine winning 3 games on the bounce, but then if you lose the next 4, where are you going to go? You're just going to stand still, aren't you? And that's literally what the season has been like. I mean, Jose came in with what 15 points off, or a lot more, where we were 14th, gone all the way up to being a point behind Chelsea. Then we lose to Chelsea. No, we didn't lose to Chelsea, did we? We just didn't turn up. Then we slide back down. Then we come back up again to a point behind Chelsea, where we played at Stamford Bridge. And then what we do? And now we're sliding back down again. And then that slide includes us not turning up against Leipzig in the Champions League, includes us not really turning up tonight, except for the last 30 extra time. And here we are. So, what do you think? No, I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh. It's just absolutely infuriating. I can't believe how far we have fallen in a short space of time. At least back in the 80s, there was a reason, because we almost went bankrupt. That's why we fell from a team that were challenging for the title, although never actually getting it, finishing third, in 1990, and then the money problems hit, and that's that's what happened. What's the excuse for this one? Challenging for the title, and then what? We've still got the cash, although we're not spending it. Well, I'll say we're not spending it. We're bringing in drip feed of players, which is too little, too late. It should have, like I said before, it should have been done when we finished second in the table. It should have been an overhaul then, or like a surgery then, and then each season another 2 or 3, and then we would still be challenging. I mean, I know this is taken away from the Spurs Norwich game, but this has to be said from me. I think where Liverpool are right now, we should be a lot further ahead of them, and we were miles ahead before when we finished second. And then what happened? We lost a couple of players, and they lost a couple of players, but they had one big weakness, and I was a centre back. Our players were getting old, and we were having a lot of issues with Kane being fit. They get their centre back in, their talisman. We don't sort out the Kane issue. We don't sort out the Walker issue either. Instead, we just bring in, uh, we just bring in a kid who we don't, for some reason, don't fully trust, and then because we don't fully trust him, he doesn't develop, and now he's off at Southampton now. You know who I'm talking about, Walker Peters. It's just the thing is, this is worse than the fall from grace we had from the early '90s onwards, because then we didn't have money and we were almost bankrupt. Sugar comes in, steadies the ship, doesn't spend anything, but he just makes us self-sufficient. 15 years of austerity, okay, it's worth it just to get back up there. This is worse because we are not broke. I don't know what else to say. We are not about to go out of business. We've just built a flipping big stadium. The cash is, and we're not financed up to the hilt to the point where Arsenal were, where they struggled to get money for the team because everything was geared towards the stadium. Finance it in a way where we have the cash aside, where we can invest in the stadium if invest in the team if we want to. We have that. It's just blimey, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, a lot of people are talking about the issue with Eric Dyer there. I'm intrigued to see how that develops now. But yeah, what do you think? I mean, what would you like to see happen now? I mean, obviously, I know some people said sack Mourinho. That's not going to happen. But I don't know. Ideally, what now? There's nothing really to play for. If you really believe that we can go to Leipzig and overturn a 1-0 deficit, playing the way we're playing now, then you know I'm I'm ready to have that kind of faith in the team because there we go. This is it's just how it is. I mean, and I hear you there, King Wiz. Just compete. We have to start competing first because in the what last month or so, you can barely say that we're competing. We're just defending and hoping to catch teams on the break and well organized sides as well. It's not going to work, but we shall see. Anyway, that's my rant there. I do apologise. I went slightly away from the Spurs Norwich game. I do apologise. Guess I guess a lot of frustrations building up there watching that every game, and then at the end of it coming out and saying, "Oh well, at least we played for the last 20 minutes." Yeah, still come away with a defeat, and that's been like that now for the last 4 games. Uh, I'll tell you what though, just for a little bit of fun, in the comment section, just let us know. I know a few people have written saying that just bring in 2 or 3 players. I guess we'll have to because either that or a major overhaul. We need more than just 2 or 3 players. Um, if we firmly believe that Sanchez and I guess it's not going to be Tanganga now, and then Dyer is there, so we're going to have to get rid of. I guess he was Adavero to sign a new contract, so that's fine. So Vertonghen, I guess, is one who will be leaving, or he'll be stepping aside, moving up, or whatever, or maybe he's going back to Ajax. So that'll be 4 defenders. You trust Toby at the moment, so that's probably 3 central defenders, and well, he signed a new contract, so that's 4, isn't it? So we need a lot more. We need left back and the right back, as I'd say, someone to compete or maybe to take over from Aurier, or maybe to compete with him if we see Aurier as the main player now. Davies, he needs someone. I guess. Well, I forgot about Foyth, haven't I? But there we go. I mean, yes, I guess Foyth is going to be the other right back. So that means a left back then for to cover Davies, maybe. As I assume that Rose is staying at Newcastle. We definitely need a strong DM. We definitely need a strong DM, maybe even two, because I'm assuming that Dombele was going to be playing a little bit further forward than that, but he can fill in there at the same time. And we definitely need a striker, someone to cover off. Be Bergveen, because I know he played up there for the striker. Someone to cover off. Be Bergveen, because I know he played up there for PSV, but obviously it's a different kettle of fish. He hasn't really got that kind of. Well, we'll see. He's still betting in, isn't it? So we shall see. We shall see. I agree with that, Toffee. Yeah, Aurier will be best at wing because he can get forward. He bombs down that right wing, and he puts in brilliant crosses, and he has a shot on him. Defending, yeah, yeah. So, I've never seen someone just trundle back. When someone else is when the opposition's on the break. It's like, yeah, he's nice and relaxed, just walking back to his position. Doesn't matter if they score or not. As long as he's back there when the kickoff happens again, that's fine. But yeah, right wing, I'd agree with that definitely. But so out there, can't comment below. Who you think we should have? Who you think we should be looking at? And of all the rumors that are out there, who do you think is the most? Who do you think is the most credible rumor that we can bring in? There's no, but yeah, for me, season's over now. Got to Burnley on Sunday. Is it Sunday? Saturday, isn't it? I can't. Got to Burnley. If we get a result, we get results. But I don't know. The season's just drained a lot out of me now. And so after Burnley, then fly out to Germany. I'll be based in Berlin, for the game against Leipzig. Having on Leipzig on the day. So hopefully I'll get to see a few of you out there. That'll be great. We'll just have fun. It'll be our last European trip of the season. Unless we pull something out of the bag, I have no idea. Oh, you mean Jack Clark, Toffee? Well, he's hardly played for Leeds when we sent him back. He's currently, where is he currently? Oh, I forget. I want to say he's at a London club. Is he at QPR or something? But even then, yeah, he's at QPR, I think. So yeah. And at the moment, how he's doing there, your guess is as good as mine because I've not heard anything. So I don't know whether he's actually playing or what. He can't be injured because he would have been sent back to us, wouldn't he? But yeah. So there we go. Oh, he's back at Leeds, is he? Oh, okay. I thought that was stopped because they weren't playing him. But yeah, you could be right. That could be fine. Okay. Well, that's aftermath went on for a lot longer than I thought. But yeah, let us know who you like to see brought in because we do need investment. When I say investment, I mean in terms of players. And yeah, share far and wide, like, subscribe. Let us know what you think, and join our group on Facebook as well because the discussions there are a little bit more heated than than they usually are. So yeah, let us know what you think. But yeah, thanks for viewing. I don't even know why I bother anymore, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who feel the same way that I do as well. And I'm going to read up on that issue with Dyer and Jedson, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, next video will be on Sunday when we play Burnley. Well, the video will be on the Sunday. I think we play on the Saturday, don't we? Or do we? Yeah, I think we'll be on Saturday. So we did it. So I'll have an aftermath show on the Saturday evening after the game, and then the video will be uploaded hopefully on the Sunday. Hopefully, hope you enjoy it. Well, hope I enjoy it because it's a long way to go for a defeat. But we're used to that the season, aren't we? But anyway, you'll take care. Catch you soon, and yeah, you take care. Yeah.